So I saw a film this today. It's called Go in Style. Going in Style. It was a very dope film. The first time watch it. It's an old film, and because it got Morgan Freeman, why not? There are some questions to AI why Gen Z Doomer must watch it. Because Going Style is the Gen Z Doomer anthem in disguise, bro. Well, it's not just a Grandpa Hayes flick, it's an emotion load. Fuck the system. Film that hits different when you are broke, burned out, and realizing the grind was never meant for us. Yeah. Why Gen Z Doomer must watch Going Style? The system fails everyone, even boomers. Yeah, pensions got stolen, bill stacking, no safety net. These old dudes worked their whole lives. They just slaved their lives away. Got nothing left. What did they got? Just like, damaged body and broken saving account. And we all know minimum wage, no health care, student debt. It just never ends. This is a cycle, man. Like from your young age to the and when you reach your retirement. Retirement? What is that? Crime is the only retirement plan. You got it, man. You got to have some plan. And it probably will be illegal. Bank haste is not the only way. The movie makes you laugh, then slaps you with the cold truth. Desperation breeds rebellion. Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling that people, there's this huge fire burning inside many people, especially the young American man today. I guess it happens to Canadian too, because we're in the same shit right now. They're just old you. They're retired. They're angry but still funny. They want dignity, not charity. Replace them with 24 years old in the basement eating expired ramen, and it's the same energy. Yeah, exactly. Your soul never age. Like it's only your body, and you feel that turbulence, that rage, that you cannot even let those gas out because you're burned out already. You burned out like 50 years ago. Hope, brotherhood, and one last haze energy. Yep. This is a romanticized film because we all know what happened to a bank case. Police they're not joking because FBI will come. Why this comedy will actually makes you depressed and slightly more doomerized? That is my question. Because it's a comedy wearing a tragedy scheme, yeah. Because all comedy is a tragedy inside. The kind of movie that makes you laugh, then stare at the wall after like, damn, this world really is for cooked. The American dream is dead, and they show it casually. Yeah, from the start, the company said why they stopped their pension plan because they move out. They moved their factory to Vietnam, and that means they have left all those their old workers behind. Oh, we don't care because they are in huge debt, and they don't really want to be responsible because they think okay we move our assets and we'll shit to somewhere else 10 times cheaper, you know and we call it American dreams by fucking up someone else's American dream. And the system just pulls the rug out, not with drama but with cold quiet realism. No pension, no rise, no peer, no health care, and a huge load of fucking debt. It's the future Gen Z fears already lives. I guess a lifetime of loyalty, disposable old man. Well, everyone is expendable, man. If you do, I'm not a senator's son. They're not heroes or villains, just discarded. The movie's cheerful, yeah. Cheerful? Yeah, I feel like it's a it's a black comedy, mostly. Like there's some. It's like I didn't laugh for the whole film because I feel like it was so real, considering capitalism fail, how capitalism fall, eventually, how isolation creeps on you over time. One character lives with his daughter, but still feels alone, and another can't afford to see his granddaughter. The third one just wants meaning before his time runs out. No, the first he feared because the bank will take back his apartment, where his granddaughter and his daughter live. That's the thing, it's like who is robbing? They robbing the bank, but the bank is robbing those poor working class the whole fucking time. So when it calls robbery when it starts the robbery the first time. We should call it reprisal, payback, instead of a robbery, maybe? The humor feels like a cry for help. Yeah, it feels like, try to show you something. It's a doomer comedy. Yeah. It's talking my legs right now. I'm a doomer. What about you? I don't care if you what gender is, what nationality is. If you're a doomer, we have the same language and vision. We live in a society wearing a cardigan and sipping black coffee. I forgot what it means for cardigan. I mean, in Chinese we have a word that similar what it means, right? The wage slave. But in Chinese we call it the cow and the horse. Why? Because back in the old time, the medieval era, horse and cows are the main working livestock. They're not only just for the ride, they're for plough the field, you know, carry shits, carriages, like doing all this heavy duty works around. I mean, imagine that we are like them right now. We're wage slaves, and they were slaves, and they are still slaves now. But some now modern days horses are they live a better life than us because only rich men can raise horses, and poor men couldn't. But we can be horses. What about the cow? Yeah, we're like cow too because when human milk, the cow squeezes the last drop from its titties, and just like our boss, squeeze our last energy from our bone and vein to maximize the profit. And return, I will leave you some milk to you, just as gratitude. Second is to your effortless and tireless working. At the end of the day, you cannot afford health insurance, residential insurance, and still driving those old shitbox, right? What do you call it? Yeah, all kinds of shitbox. You know why American and Canadian loves Toyota and Honda? Because, well, It's reliable, yes, but the most important reason is it's they are cheap, you know, because you are so broke as fuck that you don't even think about other thing. But you still have the car. You still have need a car because you know the public transport is so messed up. I mean, you will starve yourself if you don't have a field at your home and you gotta drive around, to get the food, man. And you need the money, you get the job, the lowest wage. You work like a horse, like a cow, and you expect that you never gonna get a house in your life, wife, just man. What's the man like? Man is just so full of sorrowness, man. I mean, I hate being a man. I feel like men these days are like we have even lower social you know like we have even lower social class than cat and dogs because we never rest and they don't even to pay for taxes and mortgages. Yes, we're human. We gotta pay the tax. Oh, we always got some little fellers that never pays taxes, and everybody loves them. That's what I'm talking. Being cats and birds and dogs are good. Even rats, man, because I know there's some people they're raising rats right now. Oh, and chicken too. All kinds of animals, Animals are better than us. Like back in the day, like somebody talking about resurrection, reincarnation, and the the old Oriental idea said that people were reincarnated as animals, livestock, because they committed huge crimes or they made mistakes uh, in their last life as human. It's considered as a punishment, but I think that being animals nowadays must be a huge compensation. You did a great job when you were human, and now God grants you to become a livestock. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but that's how it is, because you as a cow and horse, and you gotta buy those coffee. They are not for free. Oh, I can find a company that offer coffee for free. Yeah, but it's not really that much, not many, and it tastes like shit, man. It tastes just like horse piss, and you feel like you're drinking your own piss because you're a horse, right? The gentleman of a dead generation. Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah, I mean, America's in huge trouble, just as Canada, We just feel like we're the same, like the Gen Z mirror. We're watching our future selves, low key. They already lived the game we're still trapped in, working forever, watching costs rising. It's crazy, man. Imagine like a curry flour, like a whole now costs $6. Watching, feeling like you miss your moment. You never be yourself, Wondering if all the struggle will ever be worth it. And in the end, they robbed the system. But this all things are romanticized. They'll go to jail. In the real world. But as they say, well, at least we'll have a free room. We get a better health care for free because they're gonna cure us because that's how the prison does. And we offer free meal. It's good. Yeah, I guess. And now you save money on prison because you don't need to pay the rent. You don't need to pay for any health care. Damn, bro. I guess everybody should rob the bank. So everybody can get a free rent. and good healthcare, and if you got a shitty teeth, they're gonna fix you in the prison. I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. This injustice is just fairness. We ain't criminal. We are corrections. We ain't criminals. No right or wrong. It's just being human. All in all, it's a really good film. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really good film. And I watched Gran Torino and The Mew, and I guess you must know the $1 million baby. That's some you know firing shit. I was saying that those things are spicy. I mean, Clint Eastwood, he's top notch. Always be a top notch. He's always like his films always be the man must watch them. You know. Yeah. So go if you don't watch if you don't know this film, go in style. Go search it. It's Morgan Freeman. The Morgan Freeman is in this film. So go for it. You won't be you won't be disappointed. I can assure you.